JC, good afternoon. We are live on TikTok and YouTube. For those of you interested, good afternoon, good afternoon. Beautiful. We've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes to go. How many of you are ready? Need a couple more minutes? Well, it's time to join the party here. We are set to go. After hours trading. Let's see what we can drum up here. Let's see what we can drum up. See if we get a decent press release or maybe something run that had a press release earlier. We can hope for the best. How many of you listened to me on APVO? Anybody? Anybody? I hope somebody. I told you I was expecting at least 10 on that one. At least 10. And it went all the way to 13.10. Did you listen to you? I did. I did. I listened to me. Are you doing it in the morning? My funds will be available at 6 a.m. Looks so bored. Not tomorrow morning because the market's closed tomorrow. But I'll be on Friday morning again at 7:35 on TikTok and YouTube. And that's a short one. We're on from like 7:35 in the morning till about a little after 8 o'clock. After we do the 8 o'clock press releases, and then we're done. But we're on Zoom for about 3 hours. James got APVO from 8:38 to 11:25. Beautiful. James was paying attention. Friday's going to be slow. Friday's always slow. All right, here we go with after hours. Let's see what pops up here. Got a couple of press releases here. Class action lawsuit, and special meeting of stockholders. Okay, so those don't help us one little bit. Let's see what's deciding to pop here. Circle hit 200. NWGL. NWGL. Moving up here a little bit in after hours. Or at least trying to. Circle still moving up. For those of you who've been watching that one, CRCL, that one's moving up in after hours. Let's see, SGD popped up a little bit. Let me check these press releases. Market news. Okay, nothing on any of those. NWGL. Come on. DWSN. All right, DWSN is pushing up just a little bit. Not a lot of volume, though. Carrie, good afternoon. NWGL. Come on. One of these needs to take off here. So far I don't have any of them going here. What's going on? DWSN and NWGL. SLE, that's a little 12-cent stock. SLE, Super League Enterprises. But very volatile, up and down, up and down. So be careful there. DWSN. Here we go. Silver Fox, good afternoon. Amelia, good afternoon. Circle, no, I didn't take any Circle today at all. No. DWSN, I don't see any news on that one unless there was something out earlier today, but as far as I can tell, it's just moving up on momentum. DWSN, got a couple more press releases here. Red RCAT announces closing of a $46 million registered direct offering. QNCX announces closing of a $22 million private placement. All right, let's go back. Looks like we got Dawson to climb up to 265. Let's see if that pulls back. QNCX just popped. QNCX just popped up about 30 cents out of nowhere. Pulling back at the moment. Now we've started to get some here that are starting to crawl here. Now we should get a little bit more excited. QNCX. This is the one that had the closing of the $22 million private placement. That's the one that just popped up. Dawson pulling back down. QNCX. MLEC. What do we got going on here? There's no volume there. All right. QNCX. Let's see what this one does. This is the closing of the offering. We'll see where that goes. Right now we've got Dawson, DWSN. That one's up about 30%. QNCX is up about 8%. It's just dropped to 6%. WLGS just popped. Now that's a little 6-penny stock, a little cheap 6-cent stock. Just popped up a little bit, about 8%. WLGS. What I'm doing is watching all of these stocks and waiting to see which one out of everything I'm watching. I've got about 2,000, and I'm watching to see which one is starting to push up. MRIN, Marin Software is climbing. MRIN, it's up about 9%. WLGS, that's that little 6-penny stock I told you about. It's moving up. PLAG, Planet Green, PLAG. Let's see what's going on here. PLAG. Planet Green. Today, the company has become aware of unusual trading activity in its common stock on the New York Stock Exchange. The company is issuing this press release pursuant to Section 40. The company has made inquiries and has been unable to determine whether corrective actions are appropriate at this time. The company is further announcing that it has no material development in its business and affairs not previously disclosed. So there's some unusual trading activity on PLAG in their common stock, and the company is questioning it with the New York Stock Exchange. They've made an official inquiry. So I don't know if that's going to do anything for the stock price or not. Now let's take a look at GRRR, Gorilla Technology. GRRR, that one's popping nice. We'll see if PLAG gets above $1. The news to me seems a bit on the fluffy side. But you can never try to anticipate what the market's going to do. GRRR. They never have any follow through. Well, I suppose that's true on some days, on some stocks. They have trouble with a little bit of follow through. But I would also, in that same breath, point out stocks like APVO that we called out this morning on press release, and that stock went from $2.96 to $13.10. So plenty of follow through there and massive moneymaker. Plaque, P-L-A-G, Plag. So you wonder how we make any money on that. That stock just went from 79 cents to $1.40. Lots of money to be made in that. WLGS, the one I told you about a little bit earlier. That stock so far has gone from 5.5 cents to 7 cents. Now I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but depending on how many shares you have, that's a big move. GRRR, MRIN. This one has gone from $1.41 to $1.65 so far, and not pulled back. PLAG pulling down. WLGS still hanging in there. GRRR, Gorilla Technology, still pushing up. It's up to 22.17 now. WLGS at 7.1. Looking for a big move there. That would be sweet. Let's get a big pop over 22.50 on Gorilla Technologies. Gorilla is moving up on financials. GRRR, that's going up on a financial press release. 109% revenue increase. Wheeler starting to move a little bit. WHLR, Wheeler Real Estate. Just starting to move. WHLR, Wheeler Real Estate. William, good afternoon. Now Wheeler just went from 357 to 524. There's your money. Very thin level 2, low float stock. Wheeler's up 60% at the moment. Just pulled back. Now that's not a bad climb from 357 to 580. There was lots of nice entry and exit spots in there. You just have to be quick, get in when it starts moving, pop out quickly, and move on to the next one. Leave a little bit in it if you want to see if it continues to run. Scott, 439 to 518. There you go. See, Scott made some money on that one. KWE trying to push up. KWE was a nice one for us this morning. That stock went up over 100% this morning. Beautiful little climb up. Another great example of a pre-market stuff. That stock went from $5.90 and hit 15.37. 15.37. QNCX starting to curl back up again on a press release. QNCX and PLAG, they both have press releases that are driving them. The rest of these don't have any press releases on them. On earnings, I believe, on one of them. Wheeler trying. Plaque trending down. Dawson down. GRR. GRR is hanging tough so far. QNCX starting to pop. Yes, a lot of these are not running very long. They're pretty short runs. After hours can be tough without some press releases. Yeah, it's not getting any volume. QNCX just isn't getting the volume that it needs. Kenny G, what's happening? WHLR, come on Wheeler, let's push. Let's get up over 6. Come on. Wheeler to 6. Let's hope so. $550, $565, $570. Come on. $568. $575. Come on, Wheeler. Here comes the big dog, $595. $597. WHLR, come on, give us that. We got $597. That's pretty dang close to that $6. Here it goes, $598. We wicked up to 6. We just touched 6. Carrie got it from $535 to $590. Nice job. Remember, this has a really tiny float. Very small public float, so this one can really blow up with good volume. We just wicked up and touched 6. It's gone up an entire dollar in 4 minutes. So even if you got into it late, you made a nice trade on that. All right, let's see where Plaque is at. That one's coming down. Dawson down. GRRR. WLGS. QNCX. Big sell order at 160 on QNCX. So this one may have trouble getting back over 160. Wheeler starting to pull down now. Well, we touched 6, so that's what matters. And it may not be done yet. We know. Oh my gosh. What a day, what a day. Went out this morning and was looking at some furniture. I don't know if you guys have recently did any furniture shopping, but the price tags will choke you. They are not messing around. Go into a furniture store and price a couch, a good couch, a good quality couch. and be prepared for that sticker price. It's expensive to buy a couch, a recliner, anything. It's expensive. Scott, you have a great evening. I'll see you on Friday. Oh, you can pay anywhere from $2,000 to $8,000 on a couch. CLRB 1 for 30 reverse stock split. CLRB announced a reverse stock split and it is dropping. Craig, are you talking about the post from Bob? That link with Bob? Huh? I'll have to take a look at that. I'll take a look, see what's up with that. I wasn't aware that you couldn't leave a comment on it, but I'll check it out. Got a huge sectional wraparound couch from Rooms to Go. Now, I haven't gone to Rooms to Go. I'll have to check them out. $2,100? That's it? That's pretty cheap. I'll have to go check that out. AQB starting to run up. AQB. Come on, Wheeler. 597, 620. Boom, there you go. Now, who said Wheeler was going to tank before it hit 6? Come on now. Got to have faith. Just like George Michael, you got to have faith. Wheeler equals new couch. Got to think of it that way. Level 2 is thin. It's a micro float stock. It's got less than a million public float. So level 2 is going to look really thin. That's why I said it doesn't take much volume on these micro floats to make these things pop really crazy. But they can drop really crazy too, really quickly. HKPD, PBTT. ACB. Aurora Cannabis denies news of acquisition of MedLeaf Therapeutics. Must have been a rumor flying around out there about that. KGC. Black. Dawson. Here. Dawson. PPBT. C. GGR. Come on. FCEL, FCEL just says they outperformed the market today. Beyond Meat. General market news. Invax. General market news. Not really getting any news here in after hours that's really helping us much. Plag, Planet Green, PLAG, that one's curling back up. PLAG. We'll see if this one can break 125 and go sailing. HKPD. Starting to get some legs. Hong Kong Pharma. HKPD. Watch the volume. Watch that volume. Follow the volume. QNCX trying to pop again. GRRR, Gorilla Technologies, that one's trying slowly. Boy, we need something. We need something. This is like Friday for us. ZCMD. That one's moving up a little bit. ZCMD. Shorted RBNE this morning, 1120 to 780. Nice job. Thank you for that one, Rick. iPhone, you don't owe me anything, brother. You don't owe me nothing. I'm just happy you made money. ZCMD, is it going to keep pushing? Well, very appreciative, iPhone. If you want to leave a tip, you're more than welcome to, my friend. But I just want you to know it's not expected. You're up 70K in 2 weeks. Beautiful. That is really, really beautiful. ZCMD popping off still. Look at there. Decided to go again. iPhone, you're the one that needs to be making a video. Posting it out there. That's pretty incredible. That would be a major source of encouragement for other people. I used to get worried about that. Um, I used to post gains and on videos, and I got a lot of hate. I really did, because people don't like hearing that stuff. And I got to a point where I just said, screw you. You don't like it, don't listen. And a lot of people took it as bragging. It was never intended to be bragging. But on the other hand, there was just as many people that saw it as positive encouragement that, hey, maybe I can do this. Maybe this is something I could get into and try. So, yes, some people saw it negatively and thought it was being braggadocious and arrogant or whatever, but just as many people saw it as a very positive thing and something that was inspiring. So I just said, you know what? I don't do this for the haters. I do this for the people that want to do it. So I don't care. I've gotten to the point where I don't care. If you don't like what I have to say, then swipe left or right or whatever, up or down or whatever, or whatever you have to do to go away and go someplace else. So, well, you're very welcome. Ross made 105K today in 3 hours. Well, that's great. He didn't do that on $20 though, I'll bet you. Zepp, Z-E-P-P. That one's kind of out of the... I think I've seen that one before. Yeah, there's people that can find negativity in about anything you post. There's always that one person. And well, good afternoon. How do the Zoom calls work? Scott, you just go to the website and subscribe to live Zoom trading. And every morning at 6:45, you pop over to the website, you click on live Zoom trading, and you'll get popped into, a link will pop up, you click on it, it'll send you right into our Zoom meeting with the rest of the Wolf Pack. Carrie, you have a great day rest of this evening and enjoy your day off tomorrow if you get one. If you've never used Zoom before, most everybody on the planet has used Zoom before. But if you've never used it before, there's really nothing to it. If you come into our Zoom meeting in the mornings for the pre-market stuff, and you're watching on your laptop or your desktop computer, there's nothing to download. You just click on the link on the website and your browser will bring you right into the Zoom meeting. Now, if you're going to watch our Zoom on your phone, you have to download the Zoom Workplace app onto your phone. Otherwise, you won't get brought into it. Yeah, we focus mainly on penny stocks. Most of our attention is on stocks that are like $15 and lower. So from $15 down, everything's fair game. Now we do get alerts, on stocks that are $30, $35, $40, and we have Wolfpack members that love trading those too. So we've got a mix of a little bit of everybody in there. But for me personally, what I focus on the call outs and the press releases is generally stuff that's $15 and less. My buying power is a lot greater on cheaper stocks. I can get a lot more shares of a stock at $1 than I can using the same money and buying a stock that's $400. I get a lot more shares for $1. And as you know, the more shares you have, when the price moves up, you make a lot more money. So I have better buying power on the cheaper stocks than I do on the big boys, the big blue chip stocks. They're much more volatile. Absolutely. Penny stocks, 15 and below, they're very volatile. They're crazy up and down, and they're all over the place. They're hard to predict sometimes, which is why we don't try to predict them. We just use the press releases. The bigger stocks, the Amazons and Googles and Teslas and all that stuff. That stuff's a little bit easier to track. It's a little bit easier to see the trends. They tend to not be as volatile up and down unless something really crazy happens in the news. You can kind of count on those stocks to follow certain patterns, and they're a little bit easier to trade and invest in. But my buying power is so much greater on penny stocks, and I just see a lot better profit. My profit margins are way, way better. I don't use a scanner per se during the live stream. I don't have a specific scanner that looks for news. The one scanner that I do use, almost everybody in our community uses it, is Momo Screener. If you're not familiar with that, I would recommend grabbing that. If you want to get into day trading, specifically, day trading where you're in, price goes up a little bit, you get out, quick scalps, that kind of thing. Take a look at momoscreener.com. MOMO momoscreener.com. And it's a free website, absolutely 100% free. And they have some really good charts on there that notify you, and you get notifications of stocks that are moving up. And it's really, really helpful. SBET, no. I got rid of SBET when it started dropping. Scott, I've never used Trade Ideas. I've always used Momo. Now, as far as the press releases go, I use E-Trade. E-Trade is my primary trading platform. And E-Trade used to have a trading platform called E-Trade Pro. They don't have E-Trade Pro anymore. They got rid of it. But because I already had it before they discontinued it, I'm allowed to keep using it. They're sort of grandfathered in. One of the features on E-Trade Pro was a watch list. And it was a watch list that allowed you to put unlimited number of stocks on the watch list. You weren't limited to just 200 stocks or 100 stocks. Some trading platforms limit you on how many stocks you can have in your watch list. And this E-Trade Pro, it's unlimited. And one of the features on that watch list is you can set up your information columns within that watch list, and one of the columns that you can put in there is news. And what happens is anytime a stock that's on that list has a press release, it immediately pops to the top of the list, and I have a little blue icon that pops up there that says news to alert me that that stock has a press release. And so I click on it, read the news, and then I can jump into the stock if I choose to. And right now I've got a little over 2,000 stocks on that list. So I have the potential for news on 2,000 different stocks. And given that large number of stocks, every day there is news on something that's in that list. Now that does mean that sometimes I miss a press release on a penny stock because it just happens to be a one stock that I don't have on my watch list. Because I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of stocks that fall in that, and I don't have every single one of them on it. But I have enough on there, and I add to it every day. Every day that just here in after hours, I've added 3 stocks already that have been popped up on Momo, or one of you guys mentioned it, and I looked and it wasn't on my watch list, so I added it to my watch list. So the next time there's news on that stock in the future, I'll get it. On an average day, when the market's healthy, on an average day, I get about 140 to 160 press releases. So out of 2,000 stocks, 160 of them had news. So out of 160 stocks that have news, how many of those are press releases that are causing the stock price to shoot up? A lot of them. Couldn't give you an exact number because I've never sat down and figured it up, but we always get runners. There's always something. This week alone, folks, just to recap, this week has been insane. We have had Monday pre-market, we had 8. I think 8. Monday in pre-market, we had 8 stocks that were over 100%. Most of those on press releases. We had one that was 1,000%. 1,000% off of that stupid press release. But these are stocks that are running 120%, 400%, 800%, just crazy. After hours on Monday, I don't know that we had. I think we had one in after hours that ran 100% for us, and then Tuesday we had. I want to say we had 3 or 4 yesterday morning in pre-market. 3 maybe that went over 100% just in pre-market off of a press release. This morning we had 6, I believe. I think this morning I think I counted 6 different stocks that ran up over 100% for us in pre-market. All because of those press releases. So those press releases are huge. It really gives you the opportunity to have a lot of those big runners thrown at you, and I can't find. I don't have a better way to trade. I haven't found yet a more effective way to put the odds in my favor in the stock market than to trade a stock that's got a good press release. Sometimes it's quick. Sometimes the press release comes out and the thing will run for about 4 minutes and then it's done and it tanks. Sometimes it will run all day. We never know. So you have to trade accordingly, and you have to jump in on the press release, find your spot, and we have a technique for that. Write it up, get your 20%, get your 40%, get the heck out of it. And if it keeps going, you want to play it a second time, play it a second time. But it's all about locking in that profit on that press release. This is very slow after hours right now. Wheeler is going sideways. PLAG, not doing anything. ZCMD, trying a little bit, I suppose. Dawson, not doing anything. GRR, not doing anything. None of the previous stocks that were looking exciting there for a moment, none of them are doing anything. So we'll give this till 5 o'clock and see what pops up. Let's see what pops up here. We might get a press release at 5 o'clock. Press releases come out in pre-market on the half hour. 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8, 8:30, so on. So we go live at 6:45 in the morning from our website, wolfpackcommunity.com, and try to catch those press releases. And then, of course, our Discord is on fire in the morning as well, that early morning stuff. Use Know the Float. I use that quite often. KNOW, knowthefloat.com. I use that quite often. It's not 100% accurate all the time. No site is. But I find it to be a pretty good source. Knowthefloat.com. It's a free website. You go to the search bar, type in the ticker symbol, and you'll get 4 different sources for that public float. FinViz, Wall Street Journal, Yahoo News. I can't remember the other one. But anyway, it's a good source. I use it quite often. Well, at 5 o'clock, we didn't get anything. Nothing popped up for us. So, be careful. The market is closed tomorrow. Don't forget, the market's closed tomorrow. So there won't be any live trading tomorrow. No live streaming from me. I'm going to take the day off like you guys are. Hopefully A lot of you factory workers probably are not getting a holiday out of this, I would imagine. It's only a holiday for the banks and the post office, the federal buildings, but everybody else is probably going to be working. Everybody else is going to be working. Not going to get a day off tomorrow. So I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great evening. And I'll see you. Wolfpack will be on at 6:45 Friday morning. Not tomorrow, Friday morning. And we'll be on TikTok and YouTube at 7:35 7:35 on Friday. ZCMD trying to boom up, trying to get back to 160. There's 160. ZCMD trying to push. Maybe we'll get a boomer out of that one. Okay, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you Friday morning. Till then, God bless. Keep it green. And remember, it damn sure beats punching the clock.